Yes, greetings, our viewers and listeners. It's me again, back here at Studio 84 with Business Chronicles. Studio 84 is a space set up in Bugolobi, Kampala, Uganda, along Lithuli Avenue, plot 84B. And it's basically set up to facilitate individuals and organizations, tell their stories and along their position themselves as authorities at what they do. For we believe that everyone is an authority at something. And with great pleasure today, I'm pleased to host a gentleman that speaks so much English, not just the grammar, but the accent as well. My friend Garvin Onaba. Garvin is arguably the most consistent guy that that we know in the space where we meet. I met Garvin in BNI a couple of years ago, and he has been one of the most consistent guys in there. If you're in BNI, then you know what I'm saying. He's the omnipresent.
Omnipresent, I think it was, yes.
Garvin, please introduce yourself. I don't want to do you an injustice. Yep.
Yes, thank you, Solomon. My name is Garvin Onaba. I run a company, consultancy advisory company called Eland House Management Group, where we help bring business dreams to life. I like to say that we give your business wings. Come fly with us.
Wow. Garvin, this is a question I always wanted to ask, and yes. and I'll put you on the spot today.
Go ahead.
Why Eland House Management?
Eland House Management Group, the story behind that goes all the way back to my primary school days, Nakasero Primary. When you join Nakasero Primary, you're assigned a house.
Yes. Like a sports house.
Like a sports house, yes. I was assigned to Eland House. And Eland House was the color green. And in my last year, P7, I was captain of the house, and we were the winning sports team.
Yeah.
We were the winners of sports. So,
Gavin, what sport did you play? You were just a captain?
No, I wasn't just a captain. Yeah. I ran track.
Oh.
I did high jump and long jump. I played football.
Wow, Gavin.
I played tennis.
Okay.
I tried on cricket and rugby. So I was a bit of an all-rounder. Yeah, but at that age, you try this, you try that,
and then see what sticks.
See what you're best at.
Sticks.
Yes, yeah.
I see you ended up in golf.
Well, yeah, that's a whole different story.
Okay. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Yeah, yeah. So Eland House, the color was green. Eland House colors, Eland House Management Group colors are also green. And green means go. If you look at the traffic lights, you see the green light.
Yes,
it means go. My initials are also GO, so all of it combined say let's go. So Eland House, because I wanted to tap back into the days when I was a winner, a bit of a freelancer. I didn't think too much about doing things. You just went ahead. Sounds good.
Yeah,
let's go. Let's do it. So trying to tap back into that spirit rather than overthinking, overanalyzing the stuff that happens to you as you get older and so on. Yeah. So that's the history of Eland House.
I like that, Gavin, because many times I have met people, business owners or people who are trying to get in business, and they permission to say overthink the name, and yet I feel like it's important to maybe focus on the concept and delivery of what you do, and you can always change the name along the way as long as you find something that means something to you. Just hit the ground running and get going. Gavin, I know you as a business strategist. Am I allowed to say business strategist?
Yes, you're allowed.
I know you as a business
strategist. I don't like to use the word strategy, but okay. Everybody knows strategists.
Many people have a problem with the word strategy.
Right, so let's start there. Yes, that's all that English you were talking about earlier.
This is me trying to be like you.
I see. Okay.
So, Gavin, what do you do at Eland House Management?
Okay, at Eland House Management Group, as I said in my introduction, is that we build and grow businesses.
Yeah.
Very simple statement. It seems a bit disarming, and okay, what does that really mean? But it means literally that we help you build and grow your business to where you'd like it to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how about people who have been in business for a long time? You know, they've been here, they've done that, they've been there. Do you have something for them as well?
Oh yes, there's also that, because you still need to grow your business. You might have a new business idea that needs developing.
Yes.
You might want to, for example, automate or digitalize your business. For example, as what happened in COVID.
Yes. Yes.
So that is a growth element. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
a strategist would help you on how do you do that?
How to do it.
How to do that.
Where to start.
Where
from.
to start.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
How long have you been doing this, Garvin? What's your background like anyway?
Well, my background is fairly diverse. I left the corporate world in 2019. I had worked for Bank of Uganda for about 7.5 years, doing strategy work. So that is the jumping off point for Eland House Management Group. But prior to that, I was in the US, and I had worked for Bank of America. It's not as big as it is big, but
as it sounds.
It's not big as in wow, you know, in the sense in Uganda. Yes, it's a big bank, but it is a commercial bank.
Yeah.
Bank of Uganda is a central bank,
yes,
which is very different.
Bank,
so they're not on the same
level,
not on the same footing. The equivalent of Bank of Uganda is the Federal Reserve Bank in the U.S. So, yes, I'd worked for Bank of America. There I was a reporting business analyst. I worked for a software company. I worked for a telecommunications company. I even worked on the entertainment area. I worked for Fox Studios for 2 weeks. No big deal, but I just like to say I was in Hollywood for 2 weeks. And people say, hey, wow, how was it like? Not a big deal.
Gavin, what happened at Fox? What's with the 2 weeks?
Oh, no, well, it was a temp assignment to come and do some accounting work. That's all.
Still makes it to the CV.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Job ended. No, it's not on my CV. I can't put 2 weeks. You know,
but you accomplished what you went to do, Gavin.
Yes, yeah. So it was. I worked in 8 or 9 different companies doing about 13 different types of jobs. So I was in financial services, I was in telecommunications, I was in higher education, I was in software development, started out in banking, wanted to get out of banking as soon as possible, but never could, and I ended up in banking. So,
okay.
So, yes. So
you're back
places.
here?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you're back here, you do a stint at BOU.
Correct.
And then you decide to get out.
Yes.
And help businesses grow with good strategies and so on.
Correct.
How has that journey been like? Because Gavin, from experience interacting with people, I know typically Ugandans don't like to pay for soft products. They would rather pay for bricks and sand and cement than pay
for
an
knowledge
architect to put it together. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I have a feeling you have a story there what the journey has been.
Oh, there are many stories. It's been a challenge, and I was told from the very beginning. A friend of mine told me, Garvin, you're going to have a hard time selling knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's knowledge that people need. Many of them know it, but many of them don't know that they need it.
Don't know.
Yes. So part of the challenge is educating people on what I do and how it can help them grow their business, be a better, bigger, more sustainable business.
Yeah.
And that is a never-ending exercise.
Yeah.
It's all edutainment is what I call it, education, entertainment, because strategy and planning is a very dry subject. You can put people to sleep instantly if you dig too deep into the jargon. So you have to keep things simple, be jargon light, introduce a bit of comedy, but keep your messaging short, keep your sessions short, so that you maintain the engagement and the level of interest. You like to leave opportunity for further interest after you have introduced the subject. So yes, it's been a challenge, but it's been a good challenge. The BNI platform has helped because we have, in BNI, we have our weekly presentations and we have feature presentations. So these are opportunities for you to educate members on how you can, what you do and how what you do can help them be a better business.
Garvin, before I come to the next question, maybe try and explain to our viewers and listeners. If you don't know what BNI is a Business Network International. It's an international organization that brings business owners together typically with the sole purpose of helping each other grow their businesses. That means through building relationships, sending referrals to each other, vouching for each other, and so on. It's international. It's in over 80 countries now, with over 300,000 members. So if you go on the map and you point with your eyes closed, you'll most likely tap on a country where BNI
exists, yes.
Yes, that means doing cross-border business is not really a challenge. You already have a tribe almost anywhere in the world. And in Uganda, we are 11, if not 12 chapters now, with one in Entebbe, actually, the first out of Kampala chapter, with over 500 members, yes. So that's where that's BNI. Garvin, you mentioned how you know what the journey has been like briefly, how engaging people has been like.
Yeah.
When someone needs your help, let's say their eyes have been opened, they've seen the light, how do they start with you? They come and say, Garvin, I want a strategy. I've been in business for 16 years. Like me, I want a strategy. What's the journey like when they come and meet you?
Well, that is the exact question. Garvin, I need help. I need a plan. I'm a bit stuck. I think that what comes to me is I'm a bit stuck and I need to find a direction.
Yeah.
How can I get started with BNI?
Yeah.
How can I get started with Eland House Management Group? Yeah. So there are about 7 phases. I call it the Eland House client journey map.
I thought magnificent 7 steps.
I fancy you bring that one up. There is a magnificent 7. The number 7 is a recurring
thing
theme.
At Eland.
Yes, yes. All right. So the first step is discovery, where I understand you as a client, what it is you're trying to accomplish. So this happens in a conversation. It's a 60-minute free consultation, so that I can understand what it is you want, and you can understand if Eland House Management Group
is the place for you.
Yes, is going to deliver you to
the promised land.
Nirvana, yes, yeah. Promised land, okay, that too. Then we do a diagnosis. We do what is called a SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. We do a health check. We do the 5 whys, the 5 whys question, which is always fun. It's also a way of lightening the whole concept of planning and strategy. Then we find a direction, a focus, and so forth. What is your vision? What is your strategic intent? Once we've got that down, then we design a plan for you, for your nirvana, your paradise, what your vision is. And then we deliver. We provide implementation assistance. And this is a bit challenging, because this is where any kind of planning falls down. You can have a wonderful plan, but it's not implemented. And if I, as Eland House Management Group, have gotten you to this point and it's not implemented, I have wasted your time and I have wasted my time. So what we do is provide implementation assistance. We guide you through the process of working the plan and so forth. So for about 6 months. And then we do, during that process, we do monthly check-ins and so forth. So that is called monitoring, evaluation, and learning. So it's from that process, we look at the performance, how we're doing in that first 6 months, first 6 to 9 months of the plan. And then we take corrective action where necessary. So this is all about keeping you on track. So now as Eland House Management Group departs from the scene, we don't depart 100%, but we're not going to become an employee of your organization. That's a no-no. What we do is empower the business to do strategic thinking of its own. We move the ownership over to the business, because at the end of the day, it's your plan, it's your business, and Eland House Management Group is
It's just support.
just support. Yes, yes, is your business success partner.
Yeah.
We just help keep you afloat, but at the end of the day, it's all about you.
Gavin, I've had recently, not so recent, but I had these 4 things in business success: strategy, team, execution, money. Strategy is the first thing that comes and has a lot to do with vision.
Yes.
Do you want to speak a bit into that?
Yes, I could speak a lot into that, because without a vision, I think we're told in one of our BNI members,
People perish.
people perish, right?
She gets it from the Bible too.
Yeah, okay, yes. Without a vision, a picture of what it is you want to accomplish,
Yeah.
you're not going to go anywhere, okay? And that is not just in business, it's in life. You have to have some sort of picture of what you're trying to accomplish. So for us, in this kind of work we do, it starts with a vision. I often talk of a blank canvas. What picture would you as a business paint? And I presented that to one guy, and he told me, and then I asked him, if you were to do this and close your eyes, he told me he blacked out.
That's where I was coming to,
Yeah.
Gavin, but first finish.
Yes, he told me he blacked out. I had to laugh, but I understand. And it is a bit challenging, because I think human nature in general, we're looking for easy solutions. We're not prepared to do the hard work required.
Yeah.
We assume that we go to school, P7, S4, S6 university, and someone's going to give us a job.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Sometimes it works out that way,
Yeah, most times
but
it
most
doesn't.
times it doesn't.
Wonder why Uganda is one of the most entrepreneurial countries.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe it hasn't worked that way.
Well, because yes, most entrepreneurial and also the most deaths. It's associated, because nobody sticks out
Yeah.
the number of years
Yeah.
required, because they don't have the vision, they don't have the drive. Something is missing.
Yeah.
They're looking for a quick win, quick fix, and life is not about quick wins and quick fixes.
Gavin, I'm going back to your guy who blacked out.
Yes.
My next question, when you're talking about vision, people perish and all, is the person who is not big on vision doomed to perish? Is there no way around it?
They're not doomed to perish.
I'm not saying without a vision. Maybe they have a vision, but their vision is not that
Yes.
visioning.
Is the vision is not visioning.
Exactly.
Well, you don't need strategy.
Do you have a strategy to up someone's vision?
Yes, education. Education. Yeah, well, I've asked myself this question, because you can be in business without a vision,
Yeah.
and that's a survival business.
Yeah.
You just wake up you wake up every day and go and do your Rolex, your chapati.
No
and so
offense
forth.
to the Rolex
I
chapati
know,
guys.
the Rolexes are pretty tasty anyway, yes. But you can choose that route.
Yeah.
But that is that is very common in Uganda.
Yeah.
These are what I call survival businesses.
I know a guy who calls it FMF, feed my family.
Okay, that one. Yes. So you can go that route, and you can be. Well, it depends on how you define success.
Yeah.
If you define success in the sense that I put my children through school,
Yeah.
I brought bread, milk, and so forth home at the end of the day, okay, that also works. But if you aspire to anything bigger and better, more profitable, less stressful,
Yes.
in a sense,
Yes.
you need to have a picture of where you're going. A good example is NASA, the North American Space Authority. I think exactly what they're called.
Yeah.
When the Russians launched the Sputnik, the first to have a satellite.
Yes. Up in space.
Up in space. This irritated the Americans so much that JFK said that by the end of the decade, this was the 1960s, we put a man on the moon and bring him back safely to Earth. And this is what happened in 1969. So there's your vision.
Wow.
And it was a motivator for the whole country to take a man to the moon
And
bring him back safely.
Yes.
So that is the power. That is the power of a vision.
So Garvin, I see we are almost hitting at our show time, but it's December now. You know, we are almost a week into the end of the year. God has blessed us. I like to think God has blessed us with a system that resets our lives in a way. Right. You know, 60 minutes an hour, 24 hours a day, you know, night comes, you know, the Bible says new mercies every day. I also know that we've been blessed with a calendar year.
Correct.
I feel like this is a timely conversation to have as we refresh to start a whole new year. What do you have to say to someone who is trying to have a fresh start? They've had maybe a rough 2023-24. They want to have a fresh start for 25. What would you say to them at this point, 1 week left to the end of the calendar year?
Well, one week left to the end of the calendar year. There's a lot you can do to reflect on, have I succeeded as a business person? And what is my way forward? What do I have to improve on?
Yes.
Now, generally speaking, there are 4 areas with which you view your business.
Yes.
Financial, customer, operations, and organization capacity or learning and growth.
Yes.
So in those 4 areas, you can ask yourself, have I succeeded financially?
Hey, Gavin.
That's
a hard question.
Well, no, but you're a business person. It's like, did you go into business as a hobby or did you go into business to be sustainable?
Gavin,
Yes,
the 4 aspects again, please.
Yes.
Financially.
Financial?
Yes.
Yeah, financial.
Yes.
Customer.
Yes.
Operations.
Yes.
Organization capacity or learning and growth. Okay.
So financial, customer, operations. There are 5, eh?
There are 4.
4.
It is either the 4th one is either organization capacity or learning and growth. You pick one.
Okay. Organization.
Usually it's learning and growth, which is the larger
Yeah.
of the 2, but organization capacity is very.
So this
more
learning
specific.
and growth, Gavin, is it at a personal level or both personal and organization or your team as well?
It's your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your team. Do you have the right team? Have you trained the team?
Yeah.
Have you given them the tools to be able to
execute what they're supposed to
yes,
execute?
Yes, exactly. For themselves
Yeah.
and the organization.
And when we say tools, we mean both physical tools and intangible tools, knowledge, so to say.
Knowledge, the training
Yes.
and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
The laptops, the computers,
Yes.
those sorts of things. Yes.
And also the know-how, how to
Yeah,
use
how
them.
to do. That's the experience factor.
So Gavin,
Yes.
this remaining week you're saying first things first, do stock take.
Yeah, take stock of where you are.
You
in
can
those
take us
4 areas.
quickly through these 4 aspects.
Yes.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So financial, in the financial aspect, you're asking yourselves, what are my sales?
Yes.
Did I hit my sales targets? How profitable was I? Those are the 2 primary ones you look for: sales, profits, your operating margins.
So if we didn't set sales targets, we have a vision challenge already.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's like, okay, you just woke up in the morning, put your pants on one leg at a time, jump in the car, and went to office. So
Okay.
yes, it helps to have a picture, a vision of where you're going.
Yeah.
Now, the second one, and I'm doing this in order of assuming that you're a for-profit organization.
Yeah.
Your first consideration is finance, next customer, operations, and so forth.
Yeah.
Under the customer perspective is, did I satisfy my clients or my customers this year? Am I getting repeat business? Am I getting referral business? Under operations and systems, This is where you have your, do I have an accounting system? Is it manual or automated? HR system, procurement, and those things. How well did those perform? Right. Under learning and growth or organization capacity, as we talked, it's this is all about your team. How good is your team? Do they have the resources they need to perform for themselves and for you? Yeah, so these are the questions. There are many more you could ask, but generally that's how you start. And then you can rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Finance, maybe I hit my targets, 7 out of 10. Customer service, hopefully you're on the 90%, 80 to 90% side. On the operations side, 50 to 60 at least, because there's always room for improvement there.
Yes.
Learning and growth, organization capacity. This is where I'm hearing the biggest challenge is with businesses. The right people. You know, do I have the right people doing the right things in the right places? Turnover and the like. So that's the biggest, and engaging them.
Yeah.
Engaging them and motivating them, because you do have people who just come to work and they're happy to get their money at the end of the day, at the end of the month, and that's it. But you're looking for a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah. So this may be a challenged area. If you're 70% and above there, then you have you're doing well. But I'm guessing from what I hear, I have no evidence. It's just anecdotal. It's closer to 40 to 60%. There's a room for opportunity, room for improvement in this area. But it is difficult. It is difficult.
Why do you think there's a challenge with that?
Well, I think it's just down to human nature.
Yeah.
What motivates me to go to work? Who am I working for? Am I working for Solomon, or am I working for myself?
I feel like you keep taking me back to the vision.
Yes, because you want to have people who share your vision.
Who are so sold to your vision.
Yes, who believe in you, who believe in the vision.
Even on a bad day.
Yes, they'll come to work.
Yeah.
Yes, they will come to work.
Gavin, so this taking stock of the year is the place to start.
Yes.
Then from there, that's where you see room of improvement and so on and so forth. Gavin, for someone who hasn't done this thing before, they definitely need help and guidance to do that.
Correct.
What does someone need to have? You know, little basics, or not to waste your time before they come to you.
Well, what I've found in general, people...
Apart from the vision.
Yes. Nobody starts from scratch.
Yeah.
They have some notes. They have notes. They have things that either in their heads or in their laptops. Yeah. Maybe now in their phones.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So nobody starts from scratch.
Yeah.
So my work is to extract that information wherever it is.
As it may be.
Yes. And build around it. Take it from your head, your computer, piece of paper, a plan, a one-pager, and off we go.
So, viewers and listeners, I'm going to drop Gavin's Eland House Management website down. It has all the information you need, contacts and all, even his phone number, with his permission.
Yes.
Get in touch with Gavin, have a quick 1 hour. First step is, to have a quick engagement with you to see where you're at, where your mind is at.
I'm also on LinkedIn.
Oh, yes. Gavin is also on LinkedIn. Check him out on LinkedIn. I'll drop his LinkedIn link in here. Check him out and see. You never know. There's a reason you're watching this episode at this time of the year, this time in your life. Gavin, we definitely overhit our 30 minutes, but tell me, sorry. Is there anything else you want to say to the viewer or listener of Business Chronicles?
Well, yes. Part of the EHMG's mission is to demystify this whole business of planning and strategy.
Yes.
It's not a scary monster under your bed, as Dr. Ojambo at Safe Haven would say. Strategy and planning are your friends. So we try and keep it simple. We try and keep it clear, jargon light, and entertaining to some degree. Because yes, we're in business, so we have to be serious, but you have to make it engaging. You have to make it a little bit fun. And as they say in BNI, fun in the fundamentals.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the fundamentals are the nuts and bolts, the hard part of the business, the planning, the strategy, the thinking, and so forth. But the journey is fun. We want to make the journey as enjoyable as possible, because you started a business for a reason, and we want to help you develop and grow that reason, and enjoy the journey. It's all about the journey, not necessarily the destination.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Gavin.
All right.
Thank you so much, Gavin. Our
Thank you,
viewers
Solomon.
and listeners, Garvin Onaba from Eland House Management has been our guest today. We look forward to having more conversation, maybe quarter review, end of March or something like that. You'll be back to tell us how to review our first quarter.
We could do that, yes. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I look forward to that. Business Chronicles, Solomon Tumwesigye. I'll see you on the next episode.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.